So you're thinking about buying AIRRIDE, but you're also thinking, is there a few things I need to know before buying it? Well, there is, and I'm going to tell you. First things first, welcome back to AJ Cars and welcome back to another video. Now, if you don't know me, my name's Alex and this is my Mark IV Golf GTI. Funnily enough, it's on bags, that's why I'm doing this video. Now, there is a few things you need to expect before buying AIRRIDE, and there's also a few things you need to definitely know before buying AIRRIDE, so we're going to go through a few of them now. So the first thing you need to look out for is drivability. Now, the drivability on AIRRIDE is pretty good, but it's very different from standard suspension or even lowering springs at that, because lowering springs, they are quite comfortable, they can compress quite a lot depending on how low you actually go. But AIRRIDE can be very sturdy, especially when you set it at certain heights, because they don't move a fat lot. So speed bumps, bumpy roads, it's going to feel very sturdy, very bumpy. So you need to bear that in mind before you actually buy it, because if you're expecting it to be like standard suspension, very smooth, not very bumpy, not as stiff, it is. So keep that in mind. However, that also depends on which AIRRIDE setup you get. I've got the V2 management, which is the older one. However, the 3P, for example, the newer one, the updated, they would have updated a lot more stuff. It would be a lot more comfortable, a lot more usable daily driving. It won't be as bumpy, etc, etc. So if you're going for a newer model, you're going to have a lot more comfort, but the older models, you kind of miss out a little bit. Now, next on the list is maintenance. Now, if you buy your setup brand new, you will get warranty, so it doesn't really concern you as much. But if you're like me and you don't have enough money to buy it brand new, because it is very expensive, you buy it second hand, you don't get the warranty. So if you burst a bag, for example, I mean, I've never actually heard of anyone who's burst a bag, but it is kind of the worst of the worst situation. It rarely happens, but it can happen. Now, if you do and you have bought it second hand, you don't get warranty, so you're kind of stranded. You have to look for a new bag. It's a bit awkward. So if you do have warranty because you bought it brand new, you can get a new bag. They will just replace it. It's lifetime warranty. No, it might be 3 years or something. You definitely get warranty with it brand new. So that is a bit of a inconvenience if you buy it second hand, like me, because I didn't have the money. So if I burst a bag, I have to look for a new bag. It's a bit of an inconvenience, but that is one of the problems that occur. Now, moving forward from that, I definitely will say bleed the tank, because if you don't bleed the tank, you will get a water build up inside there through condensation. Now, if that water runs through your lines, it will cause pressure sensor faults. Now, on the new models like the 3P, they come with pressure sensors which tell you how much air is in the bag. Now, if water gets through to these sensors, it will throw up a fault and it will probably air out the bag, or it will tell you there's a crazy number of PSI in the bag. Now, this can cause problems. You might end up panicking a little bit. Don't panic. All you need to do is bleed the tank. I'm going to show you how to do it now. It's a quick and easy thing to do, but it will save you a lot of hassle in the future. Right, so this is what it looks like underneath my setup of my poorly wrapped tank. Just don't even look at that. But this here is your bleed nipple. Now, all the water will sit here, because obviously it's going to sit right at the bottom and it will sit right in the way of this. Now, all you need to do is push the center of this here, same as your tyres when you take the air out of your tyres, and it'll push all the water sat there through this line, and that's all you need to do. I'll show you how to do it. You can use anything to do it. I'm just using a key. All you need to do is push this. All you need to do is push the center of this. It's probably going to spray on me now. Oh no, it just dribbled out. Right. See that little bit of water there? If I leave that, there you go, and that's bled. A little bit of water came out because I did do it not too long ago, to be fair, but if you leave that for quite a while, it will literally spray out massively. So make sure you do that every so often and you will reduce your chances of faults. Now on to the next point, and in this point I'm going to be targeting a certain group of people. Now that group of people are you people like me, and they're trying to build a show car. Now if you're building a show car and that's why you're putting AIRRIDE on your car, keep one thing in mind: AIRRIDE is not going to solve all of your fitment problems. Fitment can be a massive expense. Now with this one I just went cheap and cheerful, but it's still not right. Have a look at my fitment. Absolutely tragic. Even more tragic. Now, chasing fitment can be a very, very expensive part of AIRRIDE. Now, AIRRIDE isn't going to solve all your fitment problems. You're not just going to air out and it's going to look mint straight away. You're going to end up spending quite a lot of money. Now, I've got spacers on this, which I already had anyway. That is one thing you need to think about when you buy an AIRRIDE. Spacers help a lot because it can change your fitment massively. Also, camber on the car. I know a lot of people run rear camber. I run rear camber. People also run front camber. I got lucky with my setup. The guy had adjustable top mounts on the setup, so I can adjust the front when I want. Rear camber, I just use washers. I know some cars, not like this Golf. This Golf is pretty simple. However, different cars, you have to get bottom arms, camber plates, new struts because they don't fit. Stuff like that you need to consider, especially with wheels. You can get wider wheels. It changes everything. So take that into consideration. When you're chasing fitment, AIRRIDE isn't just going to make your fitment immaculate straight away. You have to change quite a lot of other stuff in order to get the fitment that you want. So keep that in mind. Now, next is different uses of AIRRIDE. Now, obviously you've got your typical show cars. They all air out at shows. That's why they bought it, so they can air out and have nice fitment and look really pretty sat on the floor. However, it can be used in other instances. AIRRIDE was actually created by a racing company in the 1920s, and it's used all over the world on big trucks, ambulances, and now us idiots on show cars. Now, if you're thinking, I'm not going to put my car on bags because I've got a track car, it's high powered. There is a lot of people in the show scene that have high powered cars and they've got their car on bags, and they can actually use it, and it drives pretty well. It's very planted. It actually steers very well. It's good handling. So if you've got a big powered car and you're thinking, I'm not going to put it on bags because it might ruin something or it won't feel as good, it's planted, it will, trust me. They were literally designed for it. We've just changed it and we've used them for shows because we're stupid. However, it can be done. If you've got a high powered car and you're thinking, I'm not going to put it on bags because it'll ruin it, it won't, so put it on bags. Now, finally, the last one is, will it fit your car? Now, AIRRIDE make all sorts of different setups. So, yes, the answer is yes, it will fit your car. No matter what car you have, they will most likely, I mean, on the off chance that they don't, even if they don't have AIRRIDE for your car, which they, 99% of the chance, they probably will. Now, if they don't, you can always contact them and they will custom make it for you. Obviously, it's going to cost a lot more because they're having to custom build it. However, you will always be able to put your car on bags no matter what car you have. So if you have a car and you're like, oh, I can't find any for my car, or there's just none about, they will always have some for you somewhere. So if you're considering putting it on AIRRIDE and you're thinking they're not going to have it for my car, they will, they definitely will. So put the car on bags, please. It just looks so good on bags. Don't be scared, just buy bags. It will look great. They always have it for your car, so buy bags. So people, they are the 5 things you should know or consider before buying AIRRIDE. Now, I wish I had this sort of video when I bought it because I knew absolutely nothing about it, and I've only had the car on bags for a couple months or so. So this would have helped me quite a lot. So I'm hoping it has helped you. Now you can go buy AIRRIDE comfortably, knowing exactly what you need to know before buying it and what to look out for. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Stay tuned for more videos like this, and we'll see you guys in the next one.